In London, ya blokes, the Jags lose to the Rams 35-7, committing terrible penalties, 13 of them in the game. Bad sacks. Trevor Lawrence sacked 7 times, and no offensive rhythm. The Jags are in trouble of going straight downhill as they drop to 4-3. Yeah, for the Jags and Liam Coen, I saw this happening last week against the Seahawks. I thought maybe it was just a tightly called game, but watching this one, it is just clear they are an undisciplined team with these penalties, man. I mean, they came out there, and last game they had 10 penalties. It cost them the Seahawks game, and you think that you go in, you make the adjustment, you try to clean that up. Instead, they have 13 in this game for 119 yards. That's a lot of penalties and a lot of penalty yards. And the worst part was it wasn't just one side or the other. Like, the offensive line last game had a lot of holding penalties and because they couldn't really block. And again, that was happening a lot. But it's illegal formations. But even that, defensively, they were getting a lot of pass interferences, grabbing and holding. Like Stafford only threw for 200 yards because there were so many penalties out there, and the Jags were holding to stop big plays, and it was just ugly out there. I mean, and the biggest play, obviously, the punt return that would have been touchdown that could have changed some of the momentum of the game. Instead, you get a block in the back. I believe it was 7-0 at that point. Even if it was 14-0, it was 14-0 at worst. But just I think it was 7-0. Block in the back. Boom. Next drive, Rams go down and score, and then it's just all game, man. Just dumb penalties. Bad penalties with that block in the back, even though that was a questionable call, and I still didn't even see it, to be honest, watching the game. And they said, like, I just pushed him a little hard. I did think it was corny that it was thrown a little late, but that's only, again, one of the 12 penalties. This is clearly a team-wide problem, and they gotta fix that and rein that in, because they can't run an offense right now with the penalties being what they are, and with Trevor Lawrence doing what he's doing. I mean, my God, 23 for 48 is just not going to get the job done. Liam Coen, they were stuck this game. They came out, first drive 3 and out, then the Rams score, and now you're just thinking, okay, the Rams get the ball at half. Okay, we got to start putting some points on the board. But you can't just run ETN 8 times. And Trevor Lawrence, it's tough for Trevor Lawrence, right? Like, the O-line is bad. And the Rams were 4th in the league in sacks. They were screaming like we should have known they were going to. I'm mad that I picked the Jags to win because it was obvious that the Rams D-line was going to destroy them, and they did. But you gotta hit some of these easy passes, and there's just one in particular. He had Travis Hunter wide open on a drag route, and just nothing. He just smokes the pass. They didn't score for the first 3 quarters of this game. It's not like they scored that touchdown early. They scored because the Rams kind of stopped trying in the 4th quarter. Like, so it was just an ugly, ugly day. And Lawrence, I mean, he didn't throw a pick, but it is what it is. He's inconsistent. He's not accurate. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. And he's just really up and down. And that's what you're just going to see. And the problem is, most of the time, except for that game against the Chiefs, he also, so far this year, hasn't really been making plays. So you could kind of see this coming. I didn't see it coming the right week. I tried to give the Jags a little more credit. Dumb. They're a mess right now. Now, the Rams are a good team, obviously. And again, you did beat the Chiefs recently, right? But they just got to they have got to clean up these penalties, or else they're not going to be able to function. We've now seen it for back-to-back weeks. Had 12 points last week against the Seahawks. You get 7 this game. Against a good D-line, they can't function. And that is going to be tough if the Texans figure anything out. They couldn't really move on the Texans. So, I mean, we shall see. And the biggest problem to me, Strapsonville. The second they said that, it might have been chalked, man. They're actually getting cooked. And I was stunned to see this. They are the 4th worst passing defense so far in the league. They allow 256 yards per game. Now, what was saving them was, again, all those turnovers. They had those 4 games where they forced 3 turnovers every game. That was cool. That was fun. But they might now need to put Travis Hunter back over there and stop playing him on offense. I mean, the defense is getting cooked. I see why they want him back there. Like, they were grabbing, holding this game, so at least they didn't let up the yards, but they let up the touchdowns. And now, if the defense, I don't know how it can't be a concern, which is how they just got lit up through the air. If that becomes a concern, I don't know the path. And this is why some teams are tough to believe in. I didn't believe in the Jags. I started to a little bit. I was like, all right, well, maybe, they won some games here or there. And when you remember, I think they played the Texans early, the Titans. Let's look at the Jags schedule. I don't remember exactly who they played in these games, but I mean, they were making a lot of plays. So many plays in the past game, defensively getting interceptions. But yeah, I mean, they were good against. I mean, the Seahawks only scored 20. Like, they were getting yards, but the Seahawks only scored 20. They beat the 49ers with Brock Purdy. They did lose to the Jake Browning Bengals. They beat the Panthers. Panthers are solid. Texans. So I still kind of don't know what this is. And next up, you get the Raiders, you get the Texans, you get the Jags. You get the Chargers. The Chargers are currently losing. The Raiders stink. They lost 31-0 today. The Chargers, we don't know where that is, but they're losing right now. The Colts, their defense is getting kind of shredded. And the Texans, they're 2-4, man. And you already beat them. So if you beat them, you're solid. I think that, going to be honest with you guys, I just don't think they're better than the Colts. I think the Colts are going to just be the team that obviously wins that division. They're up 2 games as it stands. And they're looking good against the Chargers as I speak, but they could lose to the Chargers. It's still a 2-possession game last I saw. But if you right now for them, it's just about getting into that wild card, trying to get into the playoffs, and let's see kind of their competition for that. I mean, the Patriots and the Bills, that's going to be tough. AFC North, you're only going to have one team to deal with out there, and you have the AFC West. You got to get over, I guess, the Broncos. I think it's going to be them and the Broncos. I don't see the Chiefs missing. Or the Chargers. I mean, you play the Chargers, and that could be a huge game, honestly, for tiebreaker purposes. The season is still in front, It's not like the season's over by any stretch. But these penalties are they're not going to be able to beat many more good teams if they continue to commit 2 straight games with 10-plus penalties and not scoring over 12 points. That just isn't going to get the job done. Now, the Chargers pass rush, you're not going to play too much. I mean, the Seahawks were 3rd in league in sacks. The Rams were 4th. You're not going to play too many more defenses like that. And I think that if I remember correctly, the Seahawks, because they played the Jags, went up to 1st. Actually, after that, no, Denver is 1st right now with 5 a game. But yeah, so you played the 3rd and 4th best pass rushing teams in the league. But so it's going to be interesting, definitely, for the Jags. I think they bounce back. You get a bye week actually after this London game, and then the Raiders. You definitely have got to bounce back with a win there. Then their season is gonna be interesting. You got the Texans and Chargers. We'll see for them, but like I said, I mean, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is that guy necessarily. He's just too up and down. And Liam Coen, at the very least, like this, it can't look like that. It's got to look much more disciplined. And they have a week now to clean some of these things up that became an issue. It wasn't an issue for them early in the season, at least to this degree, but definitely is right now. So we shall see if the Jags are able to go in this bye week, fix some things. You got to put on you by a good team, but you have beat the Chiefs. You've put good stuff on film. Go out there, see if you can do something with this pass defense. Try to just see if you can. O-lines are tough to fix in the middle of the year, but just get back to running the ball at least. Help them out. Stick with the run, and we'll see what happens with the Jags going forward. But Strapsonville was not strapping in London. Yeah, blokes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.